Paranoid. Hey, my friend. How goes it, man? A little happier with that. Last few times I've not been happy. RIP left hand. You know, I have to slow it down, honestly. Like, I have to very consciously slow down. Thanks, P Black. I appreciate that a lot. There's so much in that piece that I'm always finding things. Let me see. What did I miss? Hang on. What does feeling like Chopin feel like? Oh, interesting. I can't know for sure, right? I can only empathize with my idea of Chopin. I can follow his train of thought in some very, very surface level ways. Uh, there is a particular emotion. Um, there's, I feel like I'm gonna be a little trite here, but there's a Polish word called żal, and it's a word that's not very translatable, but it's a feeling of homesickness and of grief kind of together. It's like homesickness, but for a home you never had. And there is this sense of nostalgia with Chopin. And there's a lot of tragedy, a lot of triumph as well. Um, are these, I don't know these words, similar to Toska, Hiraeth? What do these mean? Can you tell me? There are certain elements of Chopin that I've stumbled across, right? Like certain specific intentions that have helped me through some others. Sadness with regret and nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds very close to Paranoid Tosca. Is is that anything like the opera Tosca? I think that's a different language, right? What is Hiraeth? Oh, it's a Russian word. Okay, mixture of homesickness and nostalgia. So there are. It doesn't translate to English, but it seems like it has counterparts in perhaps other Slavic languages, especially. It would make sense. Often when I get these powerful feelings, sometimes sometimes with tears, sometimes just very, very intense, and I can't really name them. I think of this. Oh, it's a Welsh word, that one. Then yes, P Black, sounds like you hit the nail on the head. Certainly resonate with longing for a home I do not know. Indeed, I often refer to after death as going home. I know a lot of people who feel that way. It's not a You're not alone in that sense of feeling. Yeah, Jack Handy, do share. There is Chopin here, but there is also me, right? I am not conveying Chopin purely. I try to meet Chopin in the middle, and there is a bleeding effect where our personalities kind of merge, and it's hard to tell them apart, right? Like in the music, not actual personalities, but you can't say what is Chopin and what is the performer because it's a sort of union. Yeah, Bandit. That's kind of what I aim to do with this stream. That's kind of the point of my stream, is to try to talk about these things. Actually, the one where it's about reading a good book that makes you feel like the author is right in the room with you, but the humor comes when he says that's why he doesn't like reading good books. No, I know authors creeping on you, ghost writers, as it were. Ugh, imagine. In order to empathize, I talk about getting to know composers is like a function of empathy, that you can read about them. First you have to understand that your lens will never be theirs. You have your lens, and you can only imagine. But you can read about them, their life situations, their experiences. Try to make some comparisons with your own experiences. Try to imagine what it was like to be in that time. Often they left behind letters, so they talk in their own words. What would it be like to think of those things? To say them yourself. What kind of what it's only something to puzzle about, right? But it's that reaching for, I think, that provides the act of empathy. No single word in English renders all the shades of Toska at its deepest and most painful sensation of spiritual anguish, often without any specific cause. Oh, Titus. You mean, yeah, okay. Titus Andronicus? Oof. At its deepest and most painful, it is a sensation of great spiritual anguish, often without any specific cause. At less morbid levels, it is a dull ache of the soul, a longing with nothing to long for, a sick pining, a vague restlessness, mental throes, yearning. In particular cases, it may be the desire for somebody or something specific, nostalgia, lovesickness. At the lowest level, it grades into ennui, boredom. Nabokov. Okay. Yeah. Um, I imagine someone who was very much in that state in life. Someone with intense anxiety, intense, maybe a panic disorder, fear, morbid fears like the dreadful fear of being buried alive. These things belong to Chopin. Oh, as in Chopin's pen pal. Oh, that Titus. Yeah, yeah, those letters. Those are the kinds of things I'm talking about.